What would you do if all your Unraid Docker containers and VMs failed tomorrow? How much time do you have into getting everything set up just the way you like it? Would you want to recreate all that effort if it failed? Stick around and I'll show you how easy it is to back up your Docker containers and your VMs with EasyBackup. Let's jump into it. Alright, first thing you gotta do, go to the Apps tab. In the search box, type in EasyBackup. Select it from the list and click Install. Then click Done. Simple as that. Now click over to Settings. At the very bottom, you'll find EasyBackup. Click on that, and there you go. It's set up. Kind of. In order for EasyBackup to run, you must have Docker's and the VM Manager both enabled. To check that, go to Docker, and make sure Enable Docker is set to Yes. If it is not, just select it, and then hit Apply. Back to Settings, and then VM Manager. Once again, same thing. We have to make sure that they are enabled, so make sure Yes is selected, and then hit Apply. After that, you can go down to EasyBackup, and it should be up and running. And there it is. Since this is my demo machine, I don't have any Dockers or VMs loaded right now. So we'll jump over to my production machine and take a look at it there. Clicking on EasyBackup, the VM backups here under the dashboard, it shows you for Home Assistant, I've got 12.54 gigs used, 95.93 for Mac in a Box, and then over here, Windows 10 VM has 227 gigs used. On the other side, you've got your container backups, and each one is listed in that pie chart. Up to Snapshot Manager. If you're about to make a configuration change to your running VM, it's a good idea to make a snapshot ahead of time. That way, if something goes wrong, you can always roll it back. To do that, you just click on Create Snapshot. And there you go, snapshot's created, and it only takes a few seconds. Go up to Backup VMs. Here it shows you a list of which VMs you have on your machine. By default, they're all enabled. You can disable it from the backups by selecting the checkbox in front of it. If you want to do a full backup right now, you just click on Backup Now. Over to Container. Here you'll see a list of all your Docker containers on your machine. To run a manual backup, simply click Backup Now. And here you'll notice that I have several that have been disabled. That is because the location that the data is in is a part of the array. For me, it makes no sense to back up that information because I'm using rsync as another backup. Therefore, with EasyBackup, I'm just backing up the VMs themselves and the configuration information for the Docker containers. Scrolling down a little bit, you'll see other warnings listed, such as, this bind is not writable. Are you sure a backup is necessary? These I have also disabled. Once you have your selections of what you want backed up, go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom, and then click Save. Scroll back to the top. And the next tab over is Settings. Go into that one. Once again, you'll see the same yellow box that we had in the beginning. We'll get to scheduling the backup soon. In Settings here, you can configure several different options. Under VMs, you can enable or disable the backups. I'm going to leave it enabled on mine. Same thing goes for containers. You can change the location of your backups to wherever suits your needs. You can enable or disable the flash drive backup. I have it disabled as it's already being backed up. Compression, I would enable this just to save space in your drives. There are a couple different options. You can do zip, which is obviously recommended, or you can do the GZ backup. Under backups, you can define the max weekly backups, the max monthly backups, and the max year backups to keep. These are the default settings, which are fine for me. Under Recycle Bin, you can choose to enable or disable the Recycle Bin. I have chose to disable mine. The Godify notification is below, and under Log, you can configure that to whatever suits your needs. Once done, hit Save. So now you've got your first backups done. You should probably verify that to make sure that they're actually there and functioning. If you go under Shares, in there you should find a share called backup_internal. And you'll notice that under Backup Internal, there is no SMB share, so you cannot browse to it. Here we are on my production server, and as you can tell, it's not listed there. To resolve that, click on Backup Internal, and under bottom option SMB Security Settings, the export option, change that to Yes. You can have it hidden if you'd like, but for this case, I'm just going to go with Yes. Click Apply, and then if you go back to the share, refresh the window, and you see it's now listed. Go ahead and go into that, and then you can see the app data folder here, and inside of that you'll see all the Docker containers that are being backed up. To check one, go ahead and double click onto it, and you'll see the different zip files and the dates and times of when they were backed up. Going back to the backup internal, we can go to the domains, which are where the VMs are at. And if you open one up, you'll see the backup of those as well. Restoring a VM or a Docker container is quite easy. To do that, I'm going to go back to my app data folder. In this case, we're going to choose binhex prowler. Double click into that. Find the restore file that you would like. You can double click on it. I use 7-zip. So for me, I would click on the binhex prowler folder and then click extract. It's going to ask me where I want to copy it to. There are two ways you can handle this. You can copy it directly back to the app data folder. And to do that, you would just remove the backup/internal in here, like such, and that'll put it right back to where it was originally. The other option is to copy it straight to your desktop. That way you're not overwriting the wrong folder by accident. I have no issues with mine right now, so I'm just going to cancel out of this. Alright, the last thing we need to do is to set up a user script so it'll run on an automated schedule. To do that, I'm going to go back to my demo server, and if you go under settings, you'll see that I do not have user scripts installed. If you already have user scripts, then you can just skip this part here. But if you do not, go up to apps, go up to the search box, and type in user scripts. Click install, and then click done. Now go back up to settings, and now you'll see user scripts listed under user utilities. Go ahead and click on that. These scripts come default in there. What we're going to do is create a new script. But before we do that, we should copy the command listed under EasyBackup. To get back there, click on settings, EasyBackup, and then right down at the bottom here it says example for user scripts. You want to copy all that information and then go back to settings, user scripts, add new script. We're going to call this EasyBackup Daily. Go ahead and hit OK. And then you'll find EasyBackup Daily listed in the list of scripts. Click on the gear icon and click Edit Script. In here, just click on line 2 and then paste that same information in. And you'll notice that line 1 and line 2 are duplicates, so you can just get rid of line 2. You might as well get rid of these extra spaces too, so we'll clean that up. And there you go. You click Save Changes, and the script's enabled. Now you need to set a schedule. To do that, find the EasyBackup Daily again, go all the way to the right, and click on Schedule Disabled, and then you can change it to hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you'd like. Since we named this daily, I'm going to choose Scheduled Daily. After you've selected Scheduled Daily, go ahead and hit Apply, and then you click Run in Background. And there you go, the script is running. Press Done in the user scripts, and you are all set. It should start backing up and running on a daily schedule. There you have it. Your Unraid VMs and Docker containers are now protected with EasyBackup. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I'll see you in the next one.